The spleen is an integral part of the lymphatic system and plays a key part of immunity. The spleen's primary functions are to filter the blood. It removes abnormal blood cells, stores iron from the recycled RBCs, and is responsible for initiating immune responses by B cells and T cells to antigens in the bloodstream. The spleen is located in the upper left part of the stomach, between the 9th and 11th ribs. It is attached to the lateral border of the stomach by the gastrosplenic ligament. The spleen on average weighs about 5.6 ounces and is roughly 5 inches long. The spleen is deep red in color due to the blood it contains and has a soft consistency. Therefore, its shape reflects its association with the structures around it. The medial visceral surface contains indentions that conform to the shape of the gastric and the renal areas. The groove marking the border between the gastric and renal areas is called the hilum. Splenic blood vessels and lymphatic vessels communicate with the spleen on the visceral surface at the hilum. The spleen is very fragile and tears easily. This makes it very difficult to repair. A splenectomy is the process of removing a ruptured spleen. A person can live without his or her spleen, but are at a higher risk for infections. The spleen is surrounded by a capsule containing collagen and elastic fibers. Trabeculae radiate outward towards the capsule. Blood vessels travel within the trabeculae. The cellular components within the spleen make up the pulp. Red pulp contains red blood cells and the white pulp contains lymphocytes. Trabecular arteries are branches of the splenic artery, and their smaller branches are called central arteries, which are surrounded by white pulp. Capillaries discharge blood into reticular tissue of the red pulp, which contains free and fixed macrophages. Blood flows into large sinusoids, whose wall contains fixed macrophages. Blood collects into small veins that in turn merge to form trabecular veins that unite at the hilum. Phagocytes of the spleen identify and engulf any damaged or infected cells in the circulating blood. Lymphocytes, macrophages, and dendrite cells are scattered throughout the red pulp. Therefore, any microorganism or other antigen in the blood will trigger an immune response.